Cincinnati Archbishop Moeller, the D1 state champions, as they get the win 20-12 over Whitmer. It is the 8th state title in Moeller history, first since 1985, the first state title in D1 since '07. Moeller, the final champion crowned on this great weekend in Canton and in Massillon. Hi everyone, welcome to the Duct Tape Postgame Show. I'm Dave Chudowsky in the Hyundai Studios. Ryan Cavanaugh, Coach Bill Powers. And Ryan, I start with you. Cincinnati Moeller lost 3 times in the regular season, but they proved that they are the champs. They get by Colerain, Pick North, and now Whitmer tonight. They are the champs of Ohio's biggest division.
Well, it certainly wasn't easy for them, and what they showed is the resilience that all champions have. Whitmer came back in the second half, really tested them, came within 1 touchdown, and Moeller made the big plays when they had to and held on for the title.
And Coach, when we broke this game down and analyzed it and we said, what does Moeller have to do to win, they pretty much did what you thought they had to do, right?
Yeah, we said we got to run the ball with that big offensive line, get the ball in Keith Watkins' hands. I didn't think they'd throw to him as much as they did, but man, he really stepped up huge like we thought he would be, the star that he is.
Yeah, they really came up big at the end of the game when Whitmer put on the pressure. In the end, Moeller gets the win. Let's take a look at the second half highlights. Score was 17-6 at the half. We have a fumble here, Coach, as Jonathan Mays gets the strip with Keith Watkins.
Yeah, Jonathan Mays stripped the ball. He has the ball. The ref blows the whistle, thinks his knee's down, but he never had possession. Marcus Elliott thought he ran it back for a touchdown, but the play was blown dead.
Yeah, so no touchdown, but Ryan, it didn't matter. Holly to Holly.
Second time in the game where Cincinnati Moeller just had blown coverage. This time it's Nate Holly who catches a touchdown pass. Yeah. And with the failed conversion, brings them to within 5.
17-12, another fumble here, Coach.
Yeah, tight end Evan Jansen going in for what could be the icing touchdown, but a fumble, and it gives Whitmer another life.
Yeah, that could have been game over possibly, but this is the play of the game in my mind, Coach. Fake punt, don't like the way they did that.
Yeah, they came out, lined up in a regular formation like they're going for, switched to a fake punt, and switched to a punt and went for a fake. Everyone knew they were going to fake it. Should have went with a little different decision there.
So of 3 options, they picked the worst one, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, and then here's the, this is it, Ryan. They still had a chance, amazingly enough.
After all that, they had a minute with 1 timeout. Questionable call on a block in the back on Trey Sterrett when Nick Holly had a first down to continue the drive, brought up that 4th and long. Tried to get it to his brother. The Moeller defense stopped him when they needed to. Couple knees, and that's the rest is history.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Whitmer fans, you're at home and you're like, hey, in the first half, the guy stepped out of bounds and it was a touchdown. Maybe would have scored later, and then you're maybe questioning that call later. But on the other hand, Whitmer had its chances and they had turnovers that cost them. So, bottom line, Moeller the better team by 8 points. Guys, your final thought on that game as you look at the stats here.
I've just lived up to everything we thought it would be. The 2 best teams playing on the Week 15, and I think this game was everything we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and once again, I think turnovers, as they always do, play a big role, and the team that came out and played cleaner, executed their game plan, won, and that's very fitting for Cincinnati Moellers to finish that comeback season going 6-3 at Week 9. 5 in a row, 6 in a row to win the state championship.
Unbelievable. 8th state championship for Cincinnati Moeller. Congrats to Moeller and all the state champions this weekend. Well, it has been hyped a lot, especially by the guy who owns the team, and he's got you know, bouncing around, and I guess I'll hype it now as well. It is the 2nd annual All-Cavanaugh team. Last year it was started. We have gotten a lot of talk about the Cavanaugh team. People have been waiting for this on Twitter. OH Champs, thanks for following along all weekend long. So guys, I turn it over to you. It is time for the All-Cavanaugh team.
Very prestigious.
The first player we got is a freshman, the very first freshman to make the team, Hunter Wilco from Marion Local. 30 rushing yards, 57 receiving yards, and the key is 3 touchdowns.
Listen, it's not all about the football players on championship weekend, and it's not all about the football players on the All-Cavanaugh team. The second person selected is none other than the Marion Local trainer, Samantha Powell. We saw key running back J.C. Chudowsky go out with an injury. Freshman running back fills in. He goes out with an injury. Wide receiver Mark Tobey goes out with an injury, and Samantha Powell gets him back on the field. And for those efforts, she's on the All-Cavanaugh team.
That could be the highlight of the All-Cavanaugh team. How about Chase Crouch for Newark Catholic, 236 yards passing for 2 touchdowns. The big man, 6'4", he's got a rocket arm, and guys, I think he shows he is the real deal. He put himself on the map even though his team didn't win it, but he had a chance on the final play.
Yeah, and then you got possibly the MVP of this team, Bailey Wolf. 220 yards rushing, tied a Division IV state championship record with 5 touchdowns, and to show that we're not just one-sided, he's versatile, also interception on the defensive side.
Yeah, Bailey Wolf played big on both sides of the ball. And of course, in a losing effort, Jared Marhefka. There you see a little more of Bailey Wolf. Jared Marhefka, the receiver for St. Clairsville. They were doubling Don Monterosa quite a bit. Marhefka stepped up 272 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. Great effort for Jared Marhefka. And really, the Red Devils undefeated coming into this game.
You loved that guy all along.
I really did.
You did. You were hyping him.
Yeah, him and Monterosa. You're going to expect to see Ryan Cavanaugh in some of your basketball games this year, St. Clairsville.
They were on the team before they even went out and performed.
True. There's two people that didn't need votes. And Trotwood Madison. Look, they lost, but they did shut out the Toledo Central Catholic offense in the second half, and a big reason was nose tackle Ryan Reese.
Reese came up big in that game, no question about it, in the second half. Not enough, though, as Central Catholic got the state championship, and they were led by none other than Amir Edwards. He was the real deal, the story in this game, as Edwards with 2 touchdowns, both in the second half for Toledo Central. You're still looking at Chris Green, though. You know what? That guy's so pumped up to be on the All-Cavanaugh. He's like, Cavanaugh, don't take my video off yet, man. Don't take it off.
You got Chris Green with 6 tackles, and Joey Marin from Bellevue, all 165 pounds, was all over the field defensively. You know who else was all over the field? The big man, Jake Stroyer, the kicker of the All-Cavanaugh team. Watch this. Boom.
Destroyer.
I mean, he's 3 for 3 from points that counted, and he kicked about 14 due to penalties. Jake Stroyer, sophomore. He's got a chance for 2 more of those in his career.
And here's a guy that Urban Meyer had his eye on today. Paris Campbell from St. Vincent St. Mary. Talk about speed. He hit a gear that nobody else had this whole weekend. 165 yards rushing, 20 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns. And there you see that speed right there. And you need to have that speed to be on the All-Cavanaugh team.
He was unbelievable. Hello, Newman. Newman Williams, also on St. Vincent St. Mary. What a day. Look at the big man. This is the highlight of the weekend, I think, on that fake punt. Are you kidding me? Knocking people over, carrying them into the end zone. 2 touchdowns, 51 yards rushing. There's the one. They only gave him 4 carries all year long, but he had 2 touchdowns in this game, almost 2 interceptions. He had 1. He's on the All-Cavanaugh team.
And I'll tell you what, Kirtland came up short in their chance to repeat, but Matt Finkler came up with a huge touchdown on that pop pass on 4th down. Then he also has a huge tackle here coming up. You see him right there, tackling Austin Bruns on a 4th down play to give Kirtland the ball back and giving him a chance to win the game.
Coldwater took them 4 cracks, 4 bites at the apple, but they won their state championship. Big reason, Mitch Schoenher. Lone touchdown of the game. That gets you on the All-Cavanaugh team. Congratulations to Mitch Schoenher and the rest of Coldwater. And we're not done with Coldwater. Brody Hoying, super sophomore. Interception, that is his 6th of the season. Added 6 tackles. Brody Hoying represents the defense of Coldwater on the All-Cavanaugh team.
And then the guy who I talked about all season long as an offensive stud, Austin Bruns at quarterback. 20 of 28 passing, 233 passing yards, 1 TD, and look at him running there. Again, you can't be a quarterback who runs out of bounds and be on the All-Cavanaugh team. You better lower that shoulder and deliver the hit, not take the hit. And that's what Austin Bruns did today to win his championship.
Toughness is certainly a category we address. Here's somebody tough and fast and quick, and he is Keith Watkins from Archbishop Moeller. He won state championship, 144 total yards, 1 touchdown. He is on the All-Cavanaugh team.
And here's Joe Nathan Mays, defensive tackle for Toledo Whitmer right here. Look at the big guy getting deep in the backfield. Here's a 2-3 yard loss right there. He had 4.5 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. That's a big man right there, just ripping the ball out right there. He had possession. The ref called him down. Just making plays, baby.
If he wants to be the MVP, I'm not arguing with him.
Yeah, don't get in his way.
Okay, he said, I said I'm on the All-Cavanaugh team. I said it.
And then here right here is the offensive line of Clinton Massey. They're all on the All-Cavanaugh team for one reason. 408 yards rushing on 60 carries, 6 rushing TDs, 6.8 yards a carry. That whole offensive line is on the All-Cavanaugh team.
And finally, 3 guys from the D1. We don't have to put highlights in there because you just saw them. The Howley brothers, Nick and Nate, and Spencer Icavone. He will be taking his talents and his acceptance of the All-Cavanaugh team award to Marshall next year to play baseball, along with a state championship for Moeller.
It's amazing to get a state championship and be on the All-Cavanaugh team in the same day, the same weekend. That's unbelievable. The All-Cavanaugh team trending on Twitter right now. And our thanks to Derek Daddish and intern Kyler for putting that together. A lot of hard work and hours go into putting in the All-Cavanaugh team. So There you have it. Guys, last thought on the entire weekend. Ryan, I start with you. It was a lot of fun to watch all the state champions.
You know what stood out yesterday, stood out again today, and that is we can go 5 wide, we can go crazy formations, but at the end of the day, the state champs were all teams that could run the football and played good defense, and it started up front, offensive and defensive line. So when you got big boys that can get it done, you got a good shot at winning the state championship.
What do you think, Coach? Final thoughts on the entire weekend?
I don't think any of us ever doubted it, and most people didn't, but anybody who ever doubts that the state of Ohio has the best high school football in the nation saw this weekend and they said, you know what? Ohio is the best state for high school football in the whole country.
Yeah, your champions are Marion Local, Clinton Massey, Central Catholic, Coldwater, SVSM, and Whitmer. And my final thought, the mighty MAC, 2 state champions out of the MAC conference. So no question, good work out of them. Guys, I'll tell you what, it's been a pleasure. Our thanks to the president of STO, Jim Libator, Pat Kilkenny, and all of the directors and the producers out on the game sites. There's too many names to go over, but you know who you are. There is a lot of work to get that all done. All the announcers and everyone that it takes to get this done, the directors, the producers, all the people back here in the studio, our thanks to you. Ryan Cavanaugh, the Coach Bill Powers, I'm Dave Chudowsky, and most important, thanks to all of you for watching. Without you, of course, we can't make this happen. It has been one heck of a ride, 6 champions crowned right here in the state of Ohio this weekend. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you around, everybody. Have a great week.
Just trucking people. Williams inside the 5. What a spectacular touchdown from Newman. Williams. Tall sweep. Wilker needs a block to the end zone. Touchdown.
Toss. Edwards cuts back. Touchdown. It was a heavy dose of Amir Edwards. And why not?
Wolf. Goodbye. Fires, hits his man, and a touchdown. Quick throw, point, hit in the end zone. It's a safety. Looking deep, lets it fly down the middle, intercepted. They are the state champions in Division 5.
Ollie on the keep, he's going up top, has a man wide open. Chudowsky in for the touchdown. In the flat, Watkins has some room out there, makes a move with a 5, touchdown. And they are state champions.